My mom called me Sunshine.
Oh, that's what I said?
Yeah.
That's how that worked?
And I was like,
that's how that came out.
Baby, but you called me
I
See
thought,
all the material you're missing already?
I thought I was Duke.
I'm already rolling.
I've been Duke. I've been Dookie for a long
This ain't my first rodeo, lady.
To Duke.
Duke.
All right. Y'all
But
are
Duke
just
and
going to
Duke.
have to deal with this version of my adultiness. Ka-chow!
Welcome to the MisAdventures of Do It,
Kiki
and Cowboy. Today we are joined by two of our favorite listeners, or at least we're their favorite, because they tune in at all. We're looking across the table in a very loud house where it's at some relative's house, and we're recording remote because we're pretty much always doing that. So I'm looking at
The Duke.
and...
I guess I'm the Duchess then.
I thought we agreed to Ray and Sunshine.
We did agree to rain and sunshine.
Clearly
but
we did not.
I know, but I think I like Dookie better.
That's right. That's right.
Then what are we calling him?
Seriously, dude, let's
Anyway,
not even start.
These are two listeners that tune in regularly, and we're so glad that they've
And
invited
we just
us.
happen to be related to.
Yeah, we
and
somewhat
they're legally
marginally-
obligated to
Marginally related.
tune in. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but by choice and by blood.
It's actually as sadly we only tune in because we truly appreciate that they need support, and we've been there for the very beginning, so we're there for moral support only.
Let's
we're on
just
episode,
be
what, 20?
clear.
Yeah.
Let's be very
Y'all
clear about
sacrificed
this.
for 20 weeks.
Every Tuesday morning, if I don't have the episode drop on my Spotify, I'm literally texting you being like,
We do get the
where
text.
is it?
Yes.
Where is it?
And
Where
we
is
do.
it?
It's bordering on harassment. I've contacted, well...
The Better Business Bureau.
No, okay. To be fair,
Oh wait, no. They
I've only
contact
mentioned
them
it to the
about
dogs.
us.
That's as far as the conversation's gone. So, and they have yet to respond. But I somehow got a bill. That's weird. But moving on. So, what are we talking about today, Kiki? Now that we have our guests and listeners, and
what shall
actually
we
we
talk
have an
about?
in-studio audience as
We
as
do
well,
have
like
an
last time.
in-studio
And we
audience.
are grateful for that audience. Thank you for being here today.
Yes,
golf
yes.
clap, golf
Yes.
clap, golf clap, golf clap. Yep. So
I think
again,
we got some
What
background
are we
loops.
talking about?
Yeah, what are we talking about?
I figured we talk about the elephant in the room that we all have to deal with
we agreed not to call her that.
all the time.
Listen, wow.
Hey,
Thank
Mom
you.
is right there.
Whoa,
I
Wow.
wasn't going there.
Wow.
Y'all be some mean peeps.
I just thought we would talk about raising young adult children.
Oh.
And the joys of that.
That's all.
It's
Yeah.
a thing.
Respectfully,
So we're gonna talk
I
about
know.
yaks.
I know we have the big E,
The YACs.
the E on the podcast, but
Yeah.
that's a whole ass thing right there.
Yeah, we
That
are
is a whole ass
Very
thing.
explicit. All right, so wow, we've got some stories there.
Well, yeah,
Let's see,
because
who goes first? 'Cause
I
we should
think we
take a
kick it off
number.
just in the sense that
I think bras
You-
optional is a good one. Let's just go there.
yeah, you woke up this
Or
morning.
bros.
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 Rose, that's right.
Sorry, man's ear. Go for it.
Man's ear. No, I was saying that you woke up this morning and already started off the day this morning.
Had to drop a bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always do that after coffee. But
It's actually called the Watson movement. It's
Oh,
a real
great.
thing.
I forgot
it's
we had a
called the
medical
Watson
professional in
movement.
the room. That's okay.
Sherlock knows.
I try to avoid learning. So this morning, we're, as everybody who listens to the show knows, we are a blended family. We are on our second rodeo.
Like blended like in a blender.
Like
Yeah.
Black and
it's just
Decker.
like
Right. Yeah.
yeah, like
It's like,
that's
you know,
that's
We're
our
a Cuisinart.
daily
We're,
life.
like the
we're quite the
Bassomatic.
Cuisinart.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was going Bassomatic, but but so
the ninja.
So we had so we'll just start with us because that's where we are. So we have two live-in young adults, and they're Kiki's children, my bonus children, if you will,
if you will.
And we're learning some new things, and one of those is that chores exist for the most part. Kiki, God bless her, is a great mother, and she's done a lot of things.
He's sucking up right now.
And absolutely, because she's looking at me like that. Where are you going with this? But essentially, Cowboy grew up with chores. And
I
parents,
let my children be raised by wolves. I'm
Yes.
just going to say that right here for everybody. So
and of course, when I
I
came in
was
the picture,
like,
I was like,
I'm like, it is a nudist colony at the house. It is clothing optional. It's chores optional.
it's been
whatever
chaos.
you want. So it's chaos.
Yeah.
Well, but let's be real here.
Hey,
Cowboy
hey.
kind of looks like Grizzly Adams, so it fits the tune.
Walking around.
So Cowboy Joey then
Walking
was
around
like,
with a sharpened spear for
he's
no
like,
reason, you know?
what is this insane circus that is
Well, I think it
happening in
was
this
simply
house?
the fact that I was picking up after, and Kiki was picking up after
What?
adults who could be picking up after themselves and contributing.
Word.
And so we actually had some very good conversations. We sat down.
They need to scavenge
when
on
we
their
bought
own.
a house and got married together. Yeah, so we made some
Foraging.
decisions and said that they would be contributing. Well, 6 months of, well, it's been longer than that, but we
Did
set,
they not subscribe to that that part of the?
Let's say they didn't subscribe, but we put the.
They're like, that's a great idea. I think I'd like to opt out.
We're gonna just not.
Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe button. Where is the
We're
unsubscribe button?
conscientious
Objectors.
objectors to that.
To chores.
Yeah, and to chores. And that's not worked out great. So finally, so this is how it happened, and I think everybody knows this moment where you as a parent in a blended family break. And you put your foot down. Mine was 2:30 in the morning. I could not
2:30,
sleep.
because that's when you go to the dentist.
It's the
Yeah,
dentist.
dentist.
We
Yeah,
talked
of
about
course.
that the other
Yes,
day. Yes,
absolutely.
where we were making toast at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, so
we loosely,
we,
as
in
in the young adult in the
adult
house.
male child at 2:30 a.m. on a school night, a work night, a business night. Cowboy can't sleep, so Cowboy goes out in the living room and is just laying there. Trying
Why
to fall
couldn't
back asleep.
Cowboy sleep again? I was a little confused.
menagerie of
I want to
reasons.
say this has been on a previous
It was.
episode,
Yeah,
hasn't it?
So yes,
Okay, yeah, okay.
Cowboy has
I remember now.
sleep issues because he's busy fellow. Lots on his mind.
I believe it was Kiki kicking the covers.
Yes, oh yeah,
the
the
Kiki
30
cooking
second
episode.
kick.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Kung
believe-
Fu Kiki.
Yeah, so
Kung Fu Kiki.
just search,
that.
search me exactly. I love that sound
like the
effect.
sound
We
effects.
need that. We're gonna make that our next transition sound. I'm marking that. Hold on. We just have everybody hold up because this is super important. I gotta mark
Ka-chow.
that.
I'll do
all
it
in.
again.
Yeah.
Ka-chow!
Perfect. That's isolated. Thank you very much. Okay. Wow, I just love that so much. So much I forgot where it was. So 2:30 again.
Right.
Oh, my tooth.
Not sleeping, the things we talked about.
It'd be hurty.
It hurts so much. And I'm trying to fall asleep desperately. I have meetings tomorrow. I have meetings in like 4 hours. And adult child walks in the kitchen, opens a thing, grabs the bread box, opens up bread, throws in the air fryer, and hits bing and starts and I'm just I think I had rage eyes. Just
You play.
and went straight toward him and I said, "Name."
You're
No.
toast.
No. Yeah, you're toast. Oh, my gosh. That's so good. Man, the action movie writer over here. So you're toast.
We do love the
I don't think he was quite that witty at 2:30 in the morning.
I was just like, no, bed now. Bed. Talk in the morning. And he was just like, okay. Like I was hungry. What's funny is he took the toast out and he'd been toasting for a good 30
Right.
seconds.
It
And
was
just
like, can-
opened the bread bag, put it back in there. It's like, why is it stale already in the mornings? Like it's weird crunchy.
I'll be making stuffing.
So here's the law was laid down, and it was essentially
Right,
this.
at that time,
there's
we
a
had the
curfew now.
conversation.
We have a quiet house at a certain time. We do chores, or here's the thing:
There's
is,
high fiving happening over
yes,
here.
young people have to have problems to take
And
action.
it is by the parent units, not by
yeah.
the kids.
Yeah, no kids in the room high fived at that statement. And essentially, what we worked out was this young man loves his phone, looks at his phone all the time, loves his computer, a gaming computer, does that all the time. I decided those are the things he would miss the most, the fastest. So I said, okay, don't do chores. And here's the chore chart's there, the checkbox is there. It's super easy to follow.
It is.
I said, if you don't do these things, and I agree that they're done to my satisfaction, the next day you lose phone and I take your computer. Yes. And he responded with, like that, as I would. I'm like, that
I
hurts.
liked his
horror. The
I liked
horror of it
his
all.
question, which
Yeah. Oh,
was
here he goes.
This is my favorite of the whole part of the conversation was he said, okay, well then I want to change all of my chore days
That's right.
to a different day of the week when
I would like to
I'm not
accommodate
working.
myself.
Yes, I would like to have
And-
many accommodations.
And so we said,
That's right.
no, you don't get to do that. And so then he got a little pissy and he was like, which I really enjoy, like when your young adult kind of starts to bow up a little bit and get a little too big for their britches. And they're kind of like, well, you guys don't have to do blah, blah, blah. And
That's when it gets
and so
real.
he started going down that path and he says, he goes, so you're intentionally making it hard for me to do my chores.
Yes, that is my whole entire life goal.
Yes. And
To make your life suck.
That was absolutely my response. And I said,
Well, and we made a point is like life is going to come at you, and these things have.
I'm like, you don't get to reschedule. Like, you're not calling
your
your
responsibilities.
boss.
Yeah,
So in
because you're not in the mood.
in the
Yeah.
Marines, they call that embracing the suck.
Yes. I can't wait to use that.
Just
Noted.
embrace the
Dang
suck.
it, fix that.
with this young fella. I'll fix it. But is essentially how it's worked out so far is I've given him a long rope because again at home where you're loved. You can be a young adult and you can make mistakes. Out in the world, you make mistakes, they cost you.
Screwed.
Yeah. So what I said to him was that today was the last straw. It was his final warning.
The
Because
final.
I gave him, and I said, I want you to understand after this is it. The next time you fall short,
Yes.
and I was like, I want to hear you agree with me.
Do you realize? Hold on. You realize you need to add in the dong, the Law and Order.
Yeah.
When
Oh,
when
yeah.
that
I
hits.
like
Oh yeah,
the,
that's a play in right there.
Ka-chow!
Dong. You realize that today is the last day of the rest of your life.
That's right. Pretty much. This is that was the last straw. So Cowboy had his last straw. So we'll see how it goes because it's gonna be a rough day.
what was the first straw?
The first time. The first straw was the 2:30 a.m. I was like,
Ka-chow!
no, yeah. Well, and again, we've all as in our youth, we didn't really. It was nice to stay up late, especially when you knew you didn't have a lot going on. But with parental units, and it's funny, you appreciate your parents so much more the older you get, and also just thinking how much my actions. I didn't mean
Cowboy's
to be
looking
disrespectful.
at his mom
yeah,
right
I'm looking
now.
over the
He's-
shoulder of my mom.
he's like,
We're
she-
giving her the hallelujah.
Suck up.
Yeah, but really,
Total.
but that's the trick is being a parent now is how little at that age, and that's why I try to be not cruel because it's not like he or her or any of the youth are actually purposely, and then again they do, are being a butt. It's just that they don't know how much you're doing for them, right? How much you're really sacrificing for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cowboys decided to embrace the phrase, our kid needs to get some problems.
Yes.
Yes, you
And-
give
and-
them problems so
yeah.
that they can develop solutions.
Yes, and
And
not
if you
get
cannot-
murdered in their sleep by their roommates in the
If you
future life.
cannot develop a
or their
solution, then
parental
you've
units.
clearly never had a problem.
Yeah, but
Right.
see, I adopted a mentality a long time ago that if you come to me with a problem and you haven't even talked about or thought about or even have an inkling of the possible solution to your problem, then you've come to me in the wrong time.
Amen.
Because
brother.
you need to be in the proactive, not the reactive in life.
He's a Marine, BT Dubs.
Well, and there's something to be said for that. A mentor of mine said, if you have problems, come to me with solutions and we can solve them.
Ding,
Don't
ding,
come
ding,
to me
ding,
with
ding,
problems. Yeah. So I know. So our guests here, our multi-named friends joining us, and our listeners here.
All-
Duke
we-
and the Duchess.
Yes, we'll go Duke and
we
Duchess.
have many,
Y'all
many
got
fr-
some
all-
stories.
some
Yeah, we think
personalities.
that maybe you're dealing with some of the same
Yeah,
stuff
we're
in that
wondering if
household
maybe-
of
So
yours.
we have a delightfully blended family.
Seven.
Oh,
Seven.
yes.
Seven.
We have seven
Bonus
lovely,
kids,
lovely.
fabulous
bonus parents.
kids between
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
28, 24, 22, 22, because they're twins, 20, 18, and 11.
Perfect.
Do the math.
Oh yeah.
And props to the Duchess because she launched the first set of kids and then circled back around to pick up a couple
Yeah.
more.
Someone likes punishment.
I got all 4 of mine grown and flown, literally out of my casa, and empty nested, and then
re-nested.
re-nested with this fabulous human, with his 3.
Yes.
So we doing the dang thing again.
Damn skipper.
Yeah. Wouldn't do it with anyone else on the face of the earth.
Yeah, so that's re-nesting.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Brave soul.
See, we only re-nested.
Yes. re.
yeah. I will say I'm just gonna give us a fun little squishy moment. Last night.
We had one of those last night.
tell about that one. That's a great story.
Last night, one of the twins, the 22-year-old, the Duke went to go pick her up from the airport because she just finished her corporate training at her big girl job. And we were having a conversation about her bio dad. And she literally looked at me and looked at the Duke and said, I don't know what you're talking about because my dad is sitting right here.
That's so awesome.
Wow.
Looking at the Duke.
That's pretty cool.
So,
It was one of those moments that you and try not to tear up at the same time.
Did you hear the crowd behind?
well,
In
all honesty,
this is
I'm
not
a big crier.
and
man.
she's not.
She is not an easy human.
no.
I love her to pieces, but she hates everybody.
Well, I mean, she's coined the phrase "I'm a badass."
I mean, she
and
literally
is
has a
badass,
tattoo on the inside of her lip that says "bad bitch."
Wow, on the
Big-
inside of her lip.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
because
that's who she effing is.
Yeah.
And for the Duke to love her the way that he does and for her to love him back speaks volumes. So,
Wow.
yay for that version of blended family.
Yeah, yay.
Wow.
So there's your squishy
Are
moment.
we all moved? I'm moved.
I mean,
yeah.
we just want to hug everybody
Yeah.
right now.
right.
It's
But
fabulous.
the icky moments are, so I am Cowboy
Yes.
Yes.
and
Dude.
the Duke is
And
Kiki.
Woo, woo.
Duke.
So
Dookie.
Dookie and Kiki. That's fun. So I am the quote unquote foreigner in the house. It's
And I know how that feels. That's
it
my
is
role.
the Duke and his 3 kids, and then there's me that shows up and is like, we're doing a chore chart. We're getting all this stuff together. We are not free range parenting. Sorry for those of you who don't like that, but suck it.
It does look fun though.
We're
It
not.
can be a lot
can
of
be
fun.
fun.
It can be chaos too.
It's-
So
it's-
I like that term, free range parenting.
It's
That's
an
definitely
adventure.
what I've done in the past.
Apparently,
We
they
need
produce
some-
really good eggs.
We need some structure. We need somebody to, okay, this is the expectation. This is what we want. And if you don't do this, these are the consequences. Consequences.
I like consequences.
Consequences. Let's quench them
When you're
together.
thirsty,
Sounds
it
so
doesn't help.
refreshing.
That's a
Yeah,
consequence.
I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, that's like a lemon. Add a little lemon and citrus
like
to the
water.
The
context.
little gusher
yeah.
candies,
Yeah.
you know,
Totally.
little
But
quenchers.
But it's super salty,
Squishers.
so it doesn't
So-
quench. It's a consequence.
We had
Those
a
are gushers. Sorry. Go ahead.
we had a family meeting the other night that basically we revamped said new chore chart to a new chore chart.
I would say the kids would call it a family meeting, but we
I
we
agree.
coined it family meeting.
Yeah. And like, these are the expectations. There are more than 2 chores a day. Like, they're all about trash and dishes.
Oh, now that's interesting because apparently my son is under the impression that he can only do one thing a day. And
Except for unlimited gaming. Unlimited gaming and then one thing.
That takes all of his energy. So
Yes.
he's like,
So tired
he's
after all
like,
that unlimited gaming and
what
one
do you
chore."
mean I have to do more than one thing?
Oh, he's in for it.
Yeah, we're
Cracks knuckles.
horrible parents, and we require that more than one thing be done a day, inclusive of trash, dishes, cleaning up after yourself, Maybe you wipe down the countertops that you left all of the jelly on. Maybe you clean the kitchen table that you ate off of. Like, maybe you just participate in the life of the house.
Can you imagine, like, we haven't even woken them up to, like, people clean their own windows, like the whole house.
Oh, that's on the list, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Totes on the list.
and it's a thing.
It is a thing.
So we've already been down that road.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We went down the road a couple days ago.
We're not
did
even
we
on
not?
that list
Oh
yet.
no. Well, we're on that list.
That's awesome.
And we introduced the
Did it
previous
go about as well as the lawn mowing did the other day?
Oh yes. Oh yes. So the previous chore chart did not include said windows nor lawn mowing. We'll just say that I do realize that if you're going to expect a certain result, you have to actually give an opportunity. You have to actually teach them.
This is true.
That's been a revelation in our house, I would say.
The things that are what is required, what is acceptable result, right?
Yeah.
So if you do not actually go through hey, you will utilize this product. Here's what I expect to see at the end of said function, or whatever you want to call it, the task. You're gonna get what you get.
Oh yeah,
and
we experienced that with the front lawn. Unsupervised first mowing.
Exactly. Well, we did back lawn, and let's just say
we
were there too.
I thought he had graduated to front lawn.
we did back lawn, and I will say that
He did
good
not.
thing he's not a hair designer or anything. It would be multiple mohawk situation, and that's pretty much the way it was initially, and it required some follow up and some redirection and staying within the lines is the issue with someone with dysgraphia and things along those lines. But you figure these things out.
Okay,
right?
fair.
So the windows, on the other hand, are it was more about a functional issue because we have the big wooden 2.5-inch shutters that are blinds that require a whole lot of strength to pull them up and down.
It's not a whole lot of strength.
Well, they require more strength than said individual had apparently.
It's not that much.
Or okay, let me rephrase.
You mean mental power couldn't lift it?
It's like
Ding, ding, ding.
fingers on the temples. Focus.
Concentrate really hard.
Doesn't quite get it done. No, we'll just
You
say
don't have a remote.
We don't have a remote. We have a remote for the
There is-
fan. We have a remote for the bed.
not for the
But we don't
blinds?
have a remote
Or
for the
or
blinds.
for
time
the
out,
automatic
time out.
window cleaners.
Yeah. Hold on.
No,
The remote
Duke
for
and
the bed-
Duchess, I mean, they're really missing it here.
we probably need to go down a different path with the remote for the bed.
Listen, that episode has been covered by Mary already. So
Yes, that's true.
Fair
Yes,
enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you didn't hear that, people,
There's a comment from the audience member.
Cowboys and Duke's mom just said that she heard the interview with Mary.
Oh, that's great.
my face is not red at all right now.
That's good.
I believe that
I'm
was
fine.
the
Good thing Mary's not here,
fireman
right?
It's fine.
pose with the fireman hose.
It's fine.
Was it
Everything's
something like
fine.
that?
Superman
I'm totally
pose.
fine.
Superman.
Everything is fine.
That's
So
right.
tune into that episode. So back to where we were with the windows.
With willpower and windows.
Willpower and windows.
Willpower and windows. We'll just say that if you were looking for a sign of SOS or whatever it is if you have 37 different windows that have blinds that are up and down or up in some form or fashion of up and
Flapping,
down,
twisting.
They are twisting and flapping at all different times.
That weird crooked
Flash,
angle.
flash, flash.
There was zero.
45
There was zero consistency at the end of that episode that you would have been like, oh well. Obviously, they were cleaning the windows.
Yes.
because
Most parents would go like, yeah, that's an attempt at window
not so
clean.
much
Yeah.
to the point of
Not a heist.
said things falling off of the windows when said cleaning was taking place because apparently some things have to fall off when you're properly doing things.
Wow.
So it required the handyman,
Remounting.
the Duke and the ladder and the tool belt had to come out
remounting
and
all of
remounting
the-
said blinds and
We'll
whatnot.
talk about the mounting later.
Scratches on floors.
That requires a remote.
Man, I like how y'all live.
But we'll just say that we do realize that if you're gonna expect a specific result, you probably need to do a little bit of practical application training prior to said result expectation.
Use the phrase duty roster.
duty roster.
Nice.
Yeah, and
I'm sure you're going to throw a duty roster in there somewhere.
yeah, when
That's great.
when said Duchess walks into the home office where she works from, and the blinds are fully still pulled up the following day, revealing everything that is in said home office,
Which is all the nice stuff.
all of the good stuff,
Well,
and all of the
some of it
irreplaceable
Top
things.
secret, some not so top secret.
Right.
With
Some
a giant
some-
sign that says, please come take
Come
anything you
steal
want.
me.
This
Could have
stuff is
been
valuable.
could have been
Come take it.
topless as well as
Yeah,
top.
I wasn't topless that day. I literally walked in the office and
range.
was like, "Oh shit!" And it was my very best to not scream out my husband's name and just walk over to the blinds and pull them and be like, "I'm just going to let them down now." And
Now that everybody in your neighborhood knows every article,
Absolutely.
every item that
I
you
only
own.
have X amount of monitors and this computer and this X, Y, and Z and all of these.
All of my CIA awards and
Yes.
whatnot have now been
Collection of
displayed
gold
to the
bars.
that's nice.
exactly
Everything.
right
Lovely.
Every
SEAL
effing
Team
thing.
7, all these guys, they're anyway.
Ka-chow! Yeah, so good times. with that.
Can you see the black mark over my eyes? I don't. I'm centering
And
myself.
I think that the
We'll
other
make sure to put that up on the podcast.
The black bar. Yes.
the
Black
other
mark over
fun
his
fact.
eyes.
Yes, of course.
Please make sure to insert that,
Yeah,
dear.
in
post.
And the witness protection.
And this isn't my
program.
real voice.
Yeah.
Did I really talk like this?
Yes. Because I can attest that my brother normally talks like a squeaky mouse. That's what I hear anyway.
Not true. I wouldn't be married to him if that was the case.
Squeaky mouse guy.
But other fun fact is one of the children that still lives in the home, adult children, was like, "Well, fine, I'll just move out." And we're like, cool. All right. Well, you leave the car, you leave the phone, and you're going to have an appropriate credit score
You're gonna need some air
to
conditioning.
get yourself an apartment,
Yep.
and you're
They're
going to
rigorous
need
these days.
X amount of dollars to make said deposit on apartment, and then you're going to
First
need
and last.
X amount of money per month to qualify for said apartment. So GFL, good fucking luck. Yeah, you make those plans.
Hey, you remember that song in it was probably the late 80s. It was like living in a box, living in a cardboard box. You
I
got
do.
that right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's pretty much-
box.
there are plenty of those in the
but
garage.
they make some really good boxes
They
these
do,
days. I mean,
yeah.
you go to Kiko's, FedEx, they got
Yeah.
some really
Yeah.
yeah.
Mind you, the 4 humans that are part of my DNA,
Dinner.
Dinner.
my dinner,
Dinner.
all left my house no later than 18. One of them left
Peace out.
at
Mom.
17.
Yeah.
Not so much that it was peace out, mom. You're like, I hate my life. It was like, all right, I am independent
I'm a big
AF
kid.
and I can do this.
Grown.
Like one of them, so much so, saved up enough money doing all of the chores that were so tedious that she paid cash for her first car and figured out a way that that's how life works. I had to co-sign for the car only because she wasn't old enough to sign the note.
Contract. Yeah.
So I signed for the car, and then she
Parenting
left the house
land.
at 7. She graduated high school a year early. She left the house at 17. She left the state, 2 months before she turned 18, which totally broke the mommy's heart. And went and lived in another state for a year and found life and found a partner, and they're married and life
LIVIN is what they say.
faux show.
La vida.
They.
Yeah. So, which is not to put brags on myself because it was not easy and it was hard. I was single momming for
bumpage.
the majority of all of their lives. Had 2 to 3 jobs most of the time just so I could make ends meet and get ish done. But they realized by watching, this is what it takes. This is what I'm going to do. Instead of just being like, well, I deserve this car. I deserve this computer. I deserve this phone. I deserve this internet. I deserve this food. I deserve this house. Bitch, no, you don't. You deserve shelter, food, clothing. Anything else is a bonus.
Yeah. Well, and I think as blended couples, we both come from a different relationship. So we're learning things about each other, and also the things we took for granted from our previous life, and are trying to resolve those, And so,
Oh, I want to hear about this. What did you take for granted from your previous life? Do tell.
well, no.
Well, he was actually a dolphin in his previous life.
Thanks for all the fish. Well, no, but that's the thing is it's an ongoing challenge to try and bring our previous parenting styles together. True. And so because again, her bonus children, my kids have different needs. They're at a different place, but they still have. And I think one thing she notices is because our bio DNA, our Dina kids, know how to play. They know how to push our buttons and play us. And I know the other person, on both sides, they witness that. And I know Kiki a few times has had to kind of bite her tongue because I think she can tell she's like, he's getting played by one of his kids.
Bite my tongue?
No, but she's. I can tell.
don't know what that's like.
Yes,
I don't know what that's like at all.
But I think I have to credit her because that's a kindness because she could just say, "Come on," but now she's like, "I'm going to give him a little room there."
So we do. We've trumped that with the good cop, bad cop.
Yeah,
and
I'm the bad cop.
No.
Yes, I am.
No, it's not necessarily that way.
See how quick she said
we
that?
find
That's my
we do the conversation before the conversation.
Yeah.
We say, hey, this is what we should do, and then we talk about, hey, how do we handle this? Because we know so and so is going to say this, and we're expecting that. So we go into it with this is what we're willing to accept. But we're not willing to cave. We're not willing to give in. We want a formal apology. B, we want them to understand that they're going to pay the consequences for their actions one way or the other.
Yeah.
B or C, we want to make sure that they understand our intentions behind this are about love and support and not about hatred or vengeance or anything along those lines. But it's more
take the fun out of everything.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
I know.
Our conversation is very different.
We literally hit the whole.
How can we
vengeful.
ruin their life? That's what we're saying on our side.
But
You guys
you're
are doing
right.
it wrong.
No, you're right 100%. So then we roll into the conversation with the kids. That all falls apart. And we just say, oh, you're screwed. You're grounded. This is how it works. No, I'm kidding.
Best laid plan.
Well, we do hit the whole, we're not being mean to you.
However,
what it is we're trying, I think this might be my catchphrase. I'm not your friend.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not raising children. I'm raising adults.
Amen.
I
Preach.
need you to be an adult.
Yeah.
So if I keep treating you like a child, then you will continue to be a child. So.
I think Kiki said exactly that to me.
Oh.
Okay, that hit home hard.
It's all right. Hey, earlier today,
That's okay.
I was really impressed that you tied your own shoes and she stopped doing that for you. So, I mean,
Well,
it's a big step.
It's baby steps.
It's a big step.
It is.
Exactly.
It is.
Ka-chow! So,
You remember the movie What About Bob?
who's Bob?
And he's like,
Oh.
baby stepping out the door. Baby stepping over to the car.
I'm baby stepping, paying my mortgage. No, we give each other a lot of grace.
I was thinking breakfast on a bun. I don't know.
I don't know who Bob was either.
No, but I tell you, Duke and Duchess, it sounds like I think that what's important, and I'm hearing it, is the fact that you two act as a unit because the Dinas and the bonuses see that. When they see that, it really kind of takes away their power to be self-centered and serving, and they realize that they have people looking out for them that aren't their friends, but they're actually they love them. Friends don't love you; your parents do.
Well, to the Duchess's comment earlier, I mean, seeing the Dinas on her side and the bonuses on my side, and Dinas on my side, bonuses on hers, the connections and the the attitude changes are full effect.
Yeah.
I mean, it's coming into play in honestly a short amount of time. And that's been a very difficult transition for both of us. But at the same time, especially for them, as they grow into the more mature stages of their lives. So kudos to you and what you do, and not faltering.
You're trying to make me cry. Right
No.
now.
But you don't back down from the way that you have a very strict expectation of what is required of them, and they see it now, and it's more about respect than it is anything else. So I can tell you, especially the youngest of them, has truly turned around and to your point earlier, that he's like, "Where's my hug?" Out of nowhere.
Yeah,
gold.
my
Gold.
response is
Yeah.
right here all day.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So-
that's sweet.
Yeah, and I get unsolicited I love yous from that one.
I mean, in the basement where the chains and the chair is, I mean, we don't have to use it anymore. So
It's fired.
Well, now it's
He's
free. It's free
fired.
for other things.
exactly right.
And that's
and
next week's
they have a
episode.
remote there too.
Well, gosh, I tell you what, Duke and Duchess, I really appreciate y'all spending time with us today and sharing your insights for the Dinas and the bonuses and enduring a lengthy conversation with Kiki and Cowboy.
Well,
Thank you for the beverages. We greatly appreciate it.
we love you both very much, and
y'all
as
too.
I always say to my Duke, it's a good thing y'all are cute.
Amen. High five self. There we go. So for our listeners and whatnot, we'll put some links down there to self-help stuff and probably mortgage advice, things like that you can use for your bonus and Dinas. And some final thoughts, Kiki?
Yeah, I think we need to get some merch that has like Dina dinosaurs on it.
Yes,
some
please.
some Dina
Yeah,
dinosaurs.
Dina bonus. Yeah.
And
no
some
doubt.
bonus
Dinas and
brontosaurs.
bonuses. Yeah.
Bonus brontosaurs, Dina dinosaurs. Okay. Yeah, check our Patreon. Buy us some coffee if you're so inclined.
And safe search.
Buy me more than coffee.
Yeah.
Safe
a
search
muffin.
self-help, by the way.
Yeah, safe search, self-help, always.
Safe search.
Incognito is actually a really great idea too, folks. So again, this has been MisAdventures with
Kiki.
and Cowboy. We'll see y'all next time.
Love y'all.
Ka-chow!